Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Welcome to the weekend. I'm Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts on the 4 hour. So yeah, Bitcoin, as you can see, we had a nice little test down into that support level that we've got, midpoint of the range, level to level, midpoint of the range, and subsequently bounced off that. My computer's been slow again today. Bounced off that, and we are now basically testing the underside of the resistance again for the third time now. Obviously first, second and third. We had two tests down to the downside. We were talking about obviously the more tests you get, the more likely you are to break, but we were supported, and now we're back at the top. So this is looking good. It is looking very bullish. It's looking very much like we are going to bust out of here and make our way up to 62k. I just have to caveat that with that statement with the fact it's the weekend, and I typically expect, and we typically see sideways price action over the weekend, or we do get a move and then it's just fully retraced. So I mean, that doesn't help too much. All it kind of says is that we either stay within this range that we were talking about, 55k to 58k, or we'll break above, maybe get to 62k, and probably by Sunday evening in the UK when CME's open, find ourselves back down around 57k. So that's kind of that's my crystal ball predictions. Things are looking good. I mean, clearly we've just got levels to look at. Breaking above here, continuation upside, breaking below this level, continuation to the downside. All pretty simple stuff. Yeah, we just keep it simple. So yeah, that is pretty much Bitcoin. Not really a lot to say. You can see this looks good. This looks bullish. Yeah, like I have been saying, from bottom to top to then bust straight through and continue upwards over the weekend as well. Over a weekend for the breakout is just not what I see as the most likely scenario. I just think we'll consolidate here. For me, the most likely bullish scenario is if we trade sideways between 55 and 58 for a bit, and then potentially break up. Maybe we get a pullback, consolidate here, pull back to this call it 53, 52, 53 level, and then bounce off there and then continue upside to the upside. That could be that would look very good if that was to happen. I mean, you can kind of see pretty similar to what we had here. Broke back to broke to the top side. In fact, it's very similar. Look, you can see we broke to the midpoint, came back, broke to the top side. We sort of came back then, broke back above, and then continued to the upside. So we could have basically we broke to the midpoint, back down, back to the top. We're down here, so potentially we could come back down to the 52, 53 level, then break back up, test the top, test the middle again, and then back, and then break straight back up. So if you're a fan of basically the past basically rhymes, that would pretty much be a good rhyme. That'd be pretty much exact. But yeah, all I will say is that from ranges and levels to levels, that's just typical price action. Basically, it's just typical price action. So we could expect typical price action, because that is why it is called typical price action, because it typically happens. Typically. So there you go. Ethereum, Bitcoin though, this absolute dog of an asset. I am clinging my moon boy hopes. Obviously we've got good fundamental things coming out for Ethereum, so we can't deny that. I'm clinging my hopes. So we had the big move up, we've had a big pullback. We sort of tried to break out of it, like you see, sort of tried to break out, basically got slammed all the way back down, scare some people out of their positions, and then absolutely go on a moonshot. And this against Bitcoin, this overall moonshot was a was basically a 2x look. It's a 100% move. So yes, so if we are to look for a similar move to happen here, then we are potentially looking at well, would you look at that? Basically, pretty much, basically the top side of the channel. Near enough. I mean, it's obviously not going to come straight up. It would probably meet the top side of the channel if my computer wants to stop being slow. Yeah, I mean, potentially somewhere around here. And wouldn't that be some nice confluence? Also, with my Moonboy conspiracy theory head on, I believe that they are basically trying to fake people out of their precious Ethereums. Yeah, they're precious Fs. So yeah, we shall see what happens here. Obviously, as we know, the USD pairing is not looking anywhere near obviously as bad as the Satoshi pairing. Basically, you can see we are within this this tighter range here. We're sort of stuck in. Oh, I know the trick now to straighten this. There you go. So yeah. Yeah, basically this is looking like a bull flag, but obviously we're at the horizontal now. If we lose this, and most certainly if we lose this trend line, we'll be seeing downside. So that is our downside key levels, and obviously to the upside, basically breaking, and we can just call it 1850. Then we'll probably see a move to the upside, but we will just if Bitcoin does not move from here, which I suspect Bitcoin is going to move from here. All things being equal, that is a 100% move in Ethereum. I mean, all I'm just going to do is 2x basically the price here, because that's what a 100% move is. But it gets us up about yeah, about 3,500. 3,500. So 3,500 is my crazy. Is pulling. I'm pulling a lot of basically a lot of skill as an analyst here, including basically just a Moonboy mentality, also a conspiracy theory mentality, and yeah, and then just the fact that the past has to happen exactly like the present. So so yeah, that all being said, Ethereum to 3.5k. There you go, simple. And as obviously you guys that are in my chat, you'll know that I've been touting this 8k figure, EOY, 8k EOY. I call it EOY. EOY, end of year, is basically a specific point in time. And I mean, that's just me giving myself that leeway, that amount of time for it to hit 8k. So if it hits 8k in the next 2 months, then it's hit 8k before the end of the year, and obviously by the end of the year, crypto market probably could tank, and then it could be all the way back down, 80% retracement, in the process of an 80% bear market retracement. You never know. All I'm saying is, I think when I say EOY, obviously end of year, it kind of I'm not basically saying that is it. December the 31st, basically 12 p.m. midnight, 8k Ethereum. I'm sort of saying that is basically a target that I think we will reach before the end of the year. So if we get to 3,500, I mean, it's a stone's throw, isn't it, then to 8,000 in crypto. Obviously in crypto, that's how crypto works, guys. So yeah, I mean, and then if you just want to look at, like, say something like Matic, a big, or Polygon as it's called now, a big large cap coin. Large cap coins can make some big moves. Ethereum is, let's face it, Ethereum is the main is the most used blockchain. It's obviously having a bit of a problem with gas fees, which are hopefully soon to be resolved. And then because of that, it's getting competition from other coins. But let's face it, if the gas fees in Ethereum are resolved, all these other chains are basically just gonna go the way of the dodo, basically. So yeah, let's have a look at the stochastics. So 4 hour has had what I would call a bullish reset. So a bullish pullback. So yeah, looking like we've got basically room to run. We are putting up and we've got room to run. That 10 hour was coming down, but I suspect it's now going up. Yep, there we go. I mean, like I said, they can stay jammed up there. 12 hour looking to turn back up, looking like it's going to stay jammed up there. But this was the main one. This was the main one telling me that we weren't really going to see any real downside, is this daily. But obviously the daily can stay up there. like the other time frames, but it is basically gonna have played the potential easy part of this move. But then obviously we can then just look to 2-day and 3-day, which then will look to drag us up. But like I said, are we gonna consolidate here for a bit? Are those 2 days, 3 days, longer time frame stochastics obviously going to tell us we are ultimately going up? But in the meantime, do we get a pullback to 52, 53k? That is the real question. Or do we literally just catapult up from here? Again, realistically, you just got to play it levels by levels. Just take your long trades with your risk management if we break above. Take your short trades with your risk management if you break below. If we look like we come down and get supported, take your long trades with your risk management. If you look like we come down here and get supported, take your long trades with your risk management. If we look like we basically close candles below here and don't get supported, then take your short trades with your risk management. And you can make your life potentially a lot easier than it could otherwise be. Obviously, let's note this daily TD9 coming in, so maybe that is the signal for the weekend wick up to 62k to then get slammed back down, and then potentially play some downside, which then may not be limited at 55k. Let's have a look at some other 2 days, because obviously we are getting a bit, not over 2 days, other TDs. See if we've got anything of note. Because obviously we've had a bit of a prolonged move up here. If this wants to load, is this a 2 day? Yes, there's nothing there. And then this is the next one I'd look for. Yeah, the 12 hours. So that one didn't really do much, and I wouldn't really look at any TDs lower than that. I would, but not just to not to call a move down to 55 or 52k. But yeah. So yeah, potential daily TD9. So do we get this spike up into the 9, up to 62k, slam back down, and then play some downside? We could very much do that. Either way, all I'm kind of saying is that I don't expect the next big move to come now from this level, basically straight up to 68k in just the fashion that we've moved up so far. That's just what I don't expect to happen. But we shall see. We have obviously clearly, as you can see here, had moves of such a nature where they do go on for that amount of time. So yeah, I mean, it is entirely possible. So, but just I don't think it's what's going to happen. But thank you for listening, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I shall speak to you guys later.